guys, so today is going to be kind of a weird video. I'm a very skeptical person, like it takes a lot to convince me of something, and I don't know much about conspiracy theories, so I thought I would do a video kind of reacting to different conspiracy theories. I got all of these from you guys, so you guys are the ones planting this in my brain basically, I blame you. This kind of sparked after I saw Tana Mojo's video on conspiracy theories and I thought it was entertaining and funny, so I thought I'd give it a shot and we're gonna do some research on some conspiracy theories today. First one we're gonna look up is the Mandela effect, which is the most requested conspiracy theory you all wanted me to react to. I know it has something to do with alternate realities and time travel and memories and like collective memories and things like that. Now I have heard some examples of this, and one of them was the Berenstein Bears, right? I grew up with the Berenstein Bears. I always knew it to be spelled with an E. Apparently that is not the case, but I have seen photos of people who have put photos up online that show it's spelled with an E. Like their actual books were spelled with an E, and I don't know if it's Photoshop or not, but I don't know. So basically it's when someone has a clear memory of something that never happened in this reality. Ooh. Many of us, mostly total strangers, remember the exact same events with the exact same details. However, our memories are different from what's in history books, newspaper archives, and so on. It says right here, this isn't a conspiracy. Well, then I don't know what it is. This website is about real, alternate history and possible explanations for this phenomenon. I definitely don't believe in other realities or other dimensions at all, so I guarantee you this will not convince me. Okay, so here's kind of a forum, I'm guessing, of people. Sorry, the sun is like coming through the blinds, I don't know. Okay, so here's some theories, I guess, from other people. Someone is changing the past for financial gain, or altering the past and causing rifts in other areas by happenstance. Is that really weird? Now, I might be skeptical to a fault. I really don't understand the Berenstein phenomenon, to be honest, because I do remember it with an E, and I'll show you this text conversation I had with my mother because it was quite funny. So I said, "Mom, do you remember that book about the bears started with the B? I read it when I was a child." She put Berenstein Bears. Oh, look at that, it's an E. And I said, "Thank you. There's a conspiracy theory floating around the internet because Berenstein Bears never existed because they are the Berenstein Bears." But, okay, hey. But I always knew it as Steen, right? And she said, "How the heck does that become a conspiracy? I didn't remember how to spell. Went with the phone suggested spelling." I think my mom's in on it because when you type in Berenstein or Berenstain or whatever, it doesn't come up as autocorrect. I mean, on my phone, so I think she's lying. Everyone remembers it with an E, but the publishers even say it's with an A. And she says, "WTF, people are strange. I remember the A from years back." I think my mom's trying to cover it up. I think she's from another dimension and an alternate reality who is actually a part of this cover-up and like this alternate, you know, memory. Honestly though, why in the world would this even matter? I guess it has something to do with the butterfly effect, how if one thing is changed in the past, it affects everything else. It's like a ripple effect. But like an A and an E in Berenstein, that's not enough proof for me. And then there's new proof about Febreze, okay? How do you spell it? With 2 E's or 1 E? Because it's always been spelled with 1 E, but apparently people are remembering it spelled with 2 E's, but 2 E's never existed. That I completely blame on everyone else just not paying attention to the bottle and what it says, and we just assume Febreze, because that's the actual word, breeze, is spelled with 2 E's, so we just assume Febreze has 2 E's. The chartreuse example never made sense to me because I've always known it as a yellow-green. It's never pink or red. But then again, people say that it's only a couple, like a big amount of people, but not everyone remembers things the way the Mandela effect works, if that makes sense. So not everyone will remember Berenstein Bears with an E, but some will. There's a lot of examples on the website. I'm not gonna go through all of them. Basically, I don't believe in it. All right, the next one we're gonna do a little Googling on is the Denver airport, Nazi runways, and the horse. This is one I've never heard of. Oh, this is on BuzzFeed, so you know it's like legit. Apparently the airport's runways look like a swastika. I guess they kinda do. The airport was dedicated on my birthday. That's interesting. There is some weird Nazi stuff going on. Like there's this mural and a quote from a child who died at Auschwitz. Apparently 63% of the people who have read this article think that it's a future post-apocalyptic home of the world's power players. There's like bunkers underneath the airport, and I don't know if it's so much a conspiracy. It's a little weird, and I agree with some of the symbolism, but is it kind of a stretch? maybe. Another one that was highly requested by you guys was that the moon is fake. Now, I'm sure we've heard about this conspiracy theory. It's kind of popular. I don't know much about it at all, so let's look up the conspiracy. This website, though. Oh my gosh. The moon does not exist. This is no lie. Before we present our proof, we must of necessity examine the standard lies and logical games repeated and rehashed, how they are used to silence opposition over the question of the moon. This sounds very dramatic and I'm kind of into it. The moon. The real truth. Okay, so it's impossible that it exists, according to them. Okay, this just seems a little ridiculous, and this is just one website, but like a cash reward of $100,000 has been offered to anyone who can send us, by email, conclusive physical evidence of the existence of the moon. This reward remains unclaimed. I mean, I'd have to do some further research on this one, to be honest. It's so weird. Like, this is photographic evidence that the moon photos were tampered with. Let's try another website, shall we? I'm going a different route. I'm gonna put in here evidence of no moon and see what comes up.
Wonder why the American media didn't report on this one. Chinese lunar rover finds no evidence of American moon landings.
So here's the backing to suggesting that the moon is actually not real with faking the moon landing, right? This has been a theory that's long been going on, you know. There are theories that Stanley Kubrick helped NASA fake the moon landing because you can see wind clearly in the film of Buzz Aldrin placing the flag into the ground of the moon, and he's like twisting it as if it's in soil or something, which caused the flag to move. They say that this is possible because Kubrick's film A Space Odyssey, 2001 Space Odyssey, proved that that kind of technology to create that sort of environment was a possibility, so it was able to be done, which I have no doubt that they could create something like that and have it be fake. I don't really know how they back this up, to be honest, or how anyone would even be able to provide proof of the moon. I mean, we see it visually. I don't know what's floating out there. If that's not the moon, I don't know what is. And we have proof of science that the moon influences oceans, and like we have proof of this, so I don't know if that's proof enough to prove that the moon exists. I think it's kind of far-fetched, to be honest. Now we're gonna get into aliens and Area 51, because this is interesting to me, and aliens are something I can get behind. I just don't think they know of our existence. That's my beliefs on aliens. So I'm gonna go into some Area 51 stuff and see if that converts me to believe that aliens know of our existence, or maybe watching us, I don't know. Conspiracy theorists believe that the remains of crashed UFO spacecrafts are stored at Area 51, an Air Force base about 150 miles from Las Vegas, where government scientists reverse engineer the aliens' highly advanced technology. Dark government, that sounds promising. I'll link all these articles down below, by the way, if you want to read what I'm reading or do some of your own research, I don't know. You know, I think the secrecy of this place is real. Like, I get why they'd be so secretive if it is, according to them, for the testing of technologies and systems, training for operations critical to the effectiveness of U.S. military forces and the security of the United States. If that's true, and that's really what they're using the area for, of course the security would be, like, huge, right? So I get why they have so much security. That's not suspicious to me, okay? I get that. Some theorize that the aliens are actually the ones running the show, and that their goal is to create a human-alien hybrid. Air Force representatives have publicly denied that aliens have anything at all to do with Area 51, but that seems to only have strengthened conspiracy theorists' wilder suggestions. Sorry, I cannot speak. Of course they're gonna deny it. They're not gonna say, yeah, it's aliens, guys. And I believe it's truly not related to aliens. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a skeptic, like I said. I don't believe in much, so it's gonna be really hard to, like, convince me. And all of this just seems military to me, so of course they're gonna be secretive, and of course they're gonna say it has nothing to do with aliens. It's an interesting article to read because I do like reading about aliens, to be honest. I like aliens and thinking about them and the universe, and anything space related is really interesting to me. And because we know so little about it, I could believe some conspiracies about it, besides the moon one. That's a little weird. But I do think it's a little far-fetched that we would have something like this existing in our country. I don't know. But it's all of these just seem like speculation so far, so we're gonna move on. Okay, this one's called MKULTRA. I don't know what this is at all, never even heard of it, so we're just gonna type this in and see what it is. Conspiracy comes up right after it, so Let's do this. I don't have time for the podcast, but I'll link it down below if you want to listen to it. I'm just going to read you this quick little summary here. The short version of MKUltra stories that the CIA spent a long time trying to control minds. Okay. After performing all kinds of dastardly and unethical testing, they found they couldn't reliably achieve their goals and terminated the program. So they tried to be able to control minds. I could believe it, but I don't know what their process was exactly, like how they tried this. Oh. Most notorious for administering the psychedelic drug LSD to people without their knowledge or consent, MKUltra has since become a cornerstone of conspiracy theorists, flaunting it almost gleefully as proof of the government's misdeeds against its own private citizens. The scary part is that it's completely true. I do have my doubts about government stuff, and I don't want to like get too into it, but I have my beliefs about 9/11 and everything. I do, you know, I believe some of it. I'm treading lightly here, guys. That was one of the things that you guys wanted me to talk about, is Bush did 9/11. I don't believe Bush did 9/11, but I do believe there were some inside things happening. There is evidence. I saw a video a long time ago, like on MySpace. So I can believe some things about the government, especially if it's been proven, then that's, you know, that's a little scary to be honest. I don't think about it that much. I do believe it's out there and that, you know, they can listen to, I mean, I sound a little weird right now. You know, like Instagram, for instance, hears you and makes ads according to what you're talking about out loud. I believe in that. That might be a conspiracy in itself. The last one we're gonna talk about today is Avril Lavigne and the dead theory that she died and it's actually replaced with another person who looks like her, and she actually died after her first album. Now, this one has been proven to be false, okay? The person who created this rumor apparently came out and said that he or she made this up because they wanted to prove that people believe anything they read online. Okay. This article right here, it's on Vice, has a picture that it looks like a stock photo, and it says below it, a picture on the theorist's blog of what may or may not be Avril Ramona Lavigne's grave. That's a stock photo if I ever saw one. Like, there's no name on the gravestone. I'm guessing this article is like proving that it's not real because they clearly are mocking whatever page they referenced with this photo. And there's like photos circling things on her face and arms that they like disappeared or something. Like, freckles come and go, they really do. So this one I definitely don't believe because the person who created this theory has come out and said that it was false and wrong and not real, and yeah, kind of like an experiment. But this is interesting, this is funny to me. Let me know your favorite conspiracy theory, or the one that like messes you up the most, you know, that really gets to you, that you believe truly. I knew I wasn't gonna believe any of these going into it, but honestly, I'm not a very like paranoid person or someone who really reads into things too much or like gets weirded out by things like this or like government things. I probably should be, to be honest. I just think they're bigger than me, and however much I stress out or like freak out over these kind of things, they don't really affect me personally. I mean, I guess the government one, like MKUltra would, or like any kind of thing to control minds and stuff, if it was like on a mass scale, I guess it would. But honestly, it's just, I know. I knew this video would be kind of boring to do because, I mean, you guys requested me talk about conspiracy theories, so here you go. I knew I would react like this to them, but I hope this was entertaining for you. Make sure to leave your favorite conspiracy theory down below that maybe I skipped over, because there's a million of them, okay? And any kind of articles or proof that you want to leave down below as well, I'd love that, because as much as I don't believe in these, they're entertaining, let's be real. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, so you're probably a little bit confused by the title of this video. Well, I had an idea for a new video series that I wanted to do or start incorporating. I don't know how frequent they'll be.